Okay, once again, good morning, everyone. I think we'll just start with the people that are here, and then if there are any people joining, they'll join us as we go. So I'll be recording this for the sake of those that may not be able to join us. Um, my name is Melissa Montero, and I am your Client and Outreach Services Librarian. Today, we just want to discuss a little bit about information searching and retrieval. So, when we do our research, this is the first point. We want to know where to search. We want to know. Today, we're putting focus mostly on how we can search to get relevant results and also to save our time. Now let me just share my screen just to confirm, am I audible?
To my side, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay, let me go to my slides. Okay, you can still see my screen?
Much better.
Okay, thank you. So as I mentioned, we are talking of information searching and information retrieval, which is mostly just something, processes that are combined. When you search, you retrieve. So we are looking at Boolean operators and beyond, other tools that can help us. So this is what we want to cover. We are saying searching in different information sources that we have, be it databases, be it different platforms. We have tools like Boolean operators that we used to use. We are used to having these Boolean operators, that's and or and not, and then search samples like truncation, wildcards, and also nesting. We'll talk about these. So we are saying we have these existing, and we are now moving. Can we? What's that? Okay, sorry about that. So we are saying there's those tools that we've been using with our normal databases, and then now we are even moving to the use of AI. AI is here to help us with our research. It saves our time. It's more saves our time and also brings us different ways of interpreting results. So we have tools like Elicit, Consensus, Research Rabbit, Connected Papers. So these are the things that we're going to cover. Okay, so Angaski, I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation of their name. 2025 defined information retrieval as the process of searching for, locating, identifying, refining, and presenting information relevant to a particular topic. So, this is what we want to cover. From the searching and to finding ways, especially using AI to refine and make sure that we have information that is relevant to what we're looking for. So, the problem that we have is we have researchers, we have people looking for different sources of material to do their assignments, but your basic search will give you about 1,000, 100,000 plus or 1 million results, which might not be all relevant to what you're looking for. But then we're now saying these tools that we're discussing today can help minimize the time that you use in searching for information, also give you quality information, and also it's more precise. So we're moving from quantity to quality, reducing time from hours to minutes by building search strings that do filtering for us. Sorry, let me just close this tab because it's bringing some noises. So before I move on to these tools, are we all familiar? Do we know Open Athens? I always want to make sure that we know where to get databases with this institution. So do we all know how to get to Open Athens, or do we know what Open Athens is, or where to get the CUZE resources?
No, for me,
Okay.
no.
Thank you, Doc.
Can you clarify?
Okay, so I'll just try and show you CUZ. If you go on your browser, type CUZ library, we go to this library website. This is the library website. We go to e-resources. Under e-resources, we go to off-campus access. So it will tell you to choose your institution. It's suggesting Catholic University for me because I've logged in before. But then if you haven't, just type Catholic University of Zimbabwe and you will see our logo, this one, and then you tap on it, you click on it. Then you choose your CUZ email. You can only access with CUZ email, so you choose your CUZ email and then you're good to go. If it's not logged in, just log in. Then you land on this page. So this is the Open Athens page. So what's important is there is the list of the resources that the university subscribes to. There is a CM Digital Library, all these. So just you can just browse through all of them. On this side is the name of the database. On this side is an explanation of the subject that it covers or what it is about. So you can just explore these. So this is where we get the digital library or the e-resources that the university subscribes to. Are there any questions? No questions. I hope that means that we are together. So this is what I was just taking you through, Open Athens. So I'll go on to searching tools. I'll start with the basic ones that we have been using in the different databases, like the ones that I was talking about. We have Boolean operators, which are tools that inform the combining of concepts. We have the operator AND or AND not, and narrows down our search. It's more specific. So for example, a typical result would give give would be getting papers that have something to do with climate and economics. If it's a basic search, I might get information that's on climate only and not covering economics. So if I want something that talks about both in one paper, then I type climate and economics. So I've used the Boolean operator and then I will get things that are relevant to what I'm looking for. I save my time. Operator or, it broadens our search in two ways. We can put, for example, this one, adolescent or teenager. This is two words that may mean the same thing, or in the cases that maybe I'll use the example above. I want things or results that have either climate or economics. I'm taking any, then I can type climate or economics. Then, so that's two ways that the operator or works. And then not excludes, so it removes the irrelevant subtopics. So yeah, for example, there's Mercury, not is the operator planet. So we're saying I'm searching what's the other Mercury that's not a planet? What is it? That one. So in this case, I'm instructing my information source to say, give me results on Mercury, but not the planet. So I won't get any information on Mercury, the planet. So it takes away the
metal, which is known as Mercury.
Yes, thank you, Doc.
Okay.
So we'll get information on the metal and not the planet. They share the same name, but I don't want anything to do with the planet. I want the metal, so I'll get information on the metal. So that's one way of refining our search, especially when we're using these databases that we've been using and we are still using, that I was showing you. Are there any questions, comments, or any additions before I go on? Okay. We also, in these, there's also can use truncation and wildcards to save our time. So there are cases where there's variations in one word. So truncation uses a root word to find or endings. So we are searching for, the topic is education, and it's a broad search maybe. So if I put educate and then that star, I will find either education, educator, educational, educating. So it's not limiting me to maybe if I had just typed education. There should be someone that wants to get in. And then wildcards replaces a single letter to account for spelling differences. This happens with American and British English, for an example, color and color. So if I use, for example, this hashtag, I will find articles that have either spelling. So I'll still get what I'm looking for, whether it's written in British or American English or woman and women. This is in plural. Whether it's written in plural or in singular form, I will still get what I'm looking for. Are there any questions? Or any Comments, additions. Okay. I will go on, and then we have nesting, which is combining multiple operators, the operators that we've been talking about, using parentheses to tell the database the order of operations. I've given an example. This one is the right example. Cats or dogs and nutrition. So this is giving it in particular order. I want cats or dogs. So either it has cats only and nutrition, or dogs only and nutrition, or cats and dogs and nutrition. So in that order, it will find anything about cats or dogs. Then from that pile, only show results that mention nutrition. I hope we are still together. And then I will move on to AI tools. I won't cover everything, all of them, but I'm just sharing a few that some of these are recommended on the AI policy of the institution. Like Elicit, Consensus, and Research Rabbit. They're not limited to these, and we're only talking about those that aid information searching and information discovery. Elicit, I think I'll try to demonstrate on these ones. It's best for finding papers and extracting data into tables. So it uses semantic search to find papers, even if they don't use the exact keywords that you would have inputted. And then there's Consensus, which is a search engine that uses AI to find claims across thousands of papers. It's more of a yes and no situation. And then Research Rabbit or Connected Papers, these ones, they work almost the same. So instead of getting a list, usually when you search in a database, you get a list. Instead of getting a list, they provide a citation map. Which is more like finding neighboring research papers that are frequently cited alongside the one that you would have looked for. So if we are to use the operators in those databases, and you also make use of AI tools, and you combine this, I think your life will be easier. Are there any questions before I go on? I will talk more about it. I'll just try to give an example. So I'll talk about these more. Are there any questions?
So how does the Research Rabbit or Connected Papers, is that the one which you are just explaining?
Yes, the one that gives me a citation map. So if I search and then I like a certain paper, it will give me a map with papers related to the paper that I've taken interest in.
And it doesn't do any analysis for you to identify the exact issues, or just gives you the papers and then you have to do the...
Sometimes there'll be a summary. Okay. So this is in this slide is an example of how you can use the Boolean operators and the truncations and the wildcards in partnership with AI tools. So you can use general AI tools like these ones that are popular, your ChatGPTs, your Geminis, Perplexity, etc. to find right terminology and synonyms. So you can play around with words, find the words, how best to express yourself to a database. Maybe you want to search on Taylor and Francis. You can play around with words, find synonyms, etc. And then you can now create a Boolean strings using those synonyms or keywords that you would have found on your generative AI tool, and then go on. Or drop your seed on things like Research Rabbit or Connected Papers to find older foundational works and newer citations. I think we'll do a practical on this. So for example, I have this, maybe let's call it an assignment. What is the impact of artificial intelligence on information literacy training in academic libraries? So a basic search could be just AI in libraries. But then it might not cover much. Or it might give me a lot, it will definitely give me millions of hits. Things that may not be relevant to exactly what I'm looking for. So I can apply Boolean operators like this. This one is is more of a combination. This is nesting. The last two that we talked about, nesting, because it has combined AI or artificial intelligence and information literacy. So it is in this order. It will look for things to do with AI and then combine with information literacy and academic libraries. So in this particular order, I will get I might get, their chances of getting information that is more relevant are high. And the beauty of this is some of these databases already have, you just click on a tool, you just click on end, you click on not, so they're already there for you. You just have to click on them, you don't need to be typing. So this is an example of how you can collaborate the tools that we talked about. And then the tools that are not AI. And then for AI, I think I was just fearing that maybe I might lose connection, but since we have it right now, let's go to elicit. I had searched for AI and information literacy in academic libraries. I just put everything as it is. So you can see from this side, I have a paper, I have a summary. So I can just see from this summary whether I want to explode this paper or not. It gives me a summary and everything. If I want them, I can just click and then download if they are downloadable. And then on this side, there are many other ways of refining your search. It will suggest, let's see, okay, so it's telling me that it will pull a set of recent papers on AI's impact on information literacy. So it's telling me its process, and then what it found. The literature I found is mostly recent and mostly conceptual or practice oriented. It's telling me the summary of the findings, which you would have taken a lot of time to do. So this saves you time as a researcher. But some of these you need to pay. There's to use some of those tools. That's the unfortunate part. But some, there's a free version. Of course, the free version will be limited. So it's also giving me recommendations for follow-ups. You can do a deep dive into empirical studies only, build a comparison table for these papers, focus on generative AI in library instruction. So it's just different ways that can help you get more meaning from search results, things that would take you time or things that you might not even think of. So that's also the good part about using AI tools in, of course, in an ethical way. Go on to, are there any questions? Okay, no questions. I'll go on to consensus. So I just picked, I think, four tools. Ones that I took from the CUZ AI policy, but they're not limited to this. You can just explore, go on your Google and search for AI tools for knowledge or information discovery, academic information discovery. Okay, so this is consensus. I searched for the impact of artificial intelligence on information literacy training in academic libraries. So these are my results. So from everything that it found, I will get the main points, and then it will highlight the source where it got that from. Libraries now teach AI via workshops, etc. All this is something that it found in papers, and then you can, if you want to now go and research more and learn more from that, the full article, then you can go to it. So these are all papers supporting this claim. Generative AI tools are used in IL, information literacy classes, and then these are also sources that are doing that. So as you can see, this is just, we are saying AI is here to help us to make our lives easier and things like that. And then there's also the full texts on this other side. Then I'll go on to connected papers and Research Rabbit. There's also an open access one called Open Knowledge Maps. So with these ones, I searched, I put in the same query, impact of artificial intelligence on information literacy and training in academic libraries. So I look on this side and I look for a paper that I think is answering to what I'm looking for. For example, maybe I think this one is the paper that gives me what I'm looking for. I tap on it and then it gives me this. So these are all papers that are connected to the paper that I have selected. So if I go on to this one, it changes. So this one is the main paper, and then these are papers connected to it, and it will show the connection. For example, this one is connected to this one, which is also connected to this one. So just be looking at it, and then with each and every one you get a summary of what it's talking about. So this way, all the connected papers that it has access to are made available to you. You don't have to go and look in different places. Again, this saves time, and also I think it's quite efficient. Are there any questions? Am I still audible?
Yeah, it's not a question, it's just, I think the internet connectivity is one which is